Okay. Okay. Now I don't know what's going on. Now I got to figure this out all over again, see if we're on again. I just had to restart the show because we're not being picked up on Facebook, and if that doesn't fix it, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Travis is not here and won't be for a little while, and I'm waiting on a count to come up. We are back on the air, I believe. It only lasted 38 minutes of liar in chief. Anyway, yes, I'm back on. Let's give a few seconds here for everybody to catch up with us. I had to restart, and if you're on Facebook, give me a little typo there to let me know that you're on Facebook watching. Outside of that, I think I may have a mistake here, and I don't know how to fix it without Travis here. And in Boston, Mass, they're still here, baby. So is Carolyn Van Wyck, Karen Van Wyck, and Lord have mercy. I hate starting out where I'm screwed already, and I'm not seeing anything on Facebook. So there's a problem with me streaming live onto Facebook. So while we are on the air with YouTube, which I'm happy to be, I will go on my iPad over here and give a shout out to those on Facebook, uh, and I'll give them a message that I'm not on. I'm not being on Facebook, I guess. Uh, I don't know what's going on. Uh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just cancel that. Loot out family meeting. Tuesday. Well, shit. I was live because it's right there on my Facebook page, and I don't know if I'm live right now, but if I am, I'm not seeing any messages pop up that usually pop up there in the comments that tells me that somebody on Facebook is seeing them, but I'm not seeing it. And let me see here. Anyway, ain't there a lot going on? Donnie's down in Florida, thank goodness, having a little Klan rally down there, and boy, howdy shit, the parking lot was full. I don't know how to judge a crowd size. It looked like a whole lot of people there, but Donnie's desperate right now, baby. Donnie's got to do some shit. Uh, all the polls, I guess, that he doesn't believe in, and he just constantly says that. There's somebody on.
That you are live on Facebook.
I am live on Facebook. Am I
Yeah.
still live on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well,
You're
then
good.
I'll close that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my son Tyler come to let me know that I am live on Facebook. Just nobody on Facebook wants to talk to me, so that's the way that shit is, I guess. Anyway, yes, Donnie's down in Florida having his kickoff rally tonight, baby. He's down there to on his first day of the campaign. Are you shitting me? Donnie's been campaigning. We've been putting up with these damn things ever since. Holy shit! Ever since he got elected in the day after he oh man, I'm just screwing all sorts of stuff up here. The day after he got elected, he was already out on the campaign trail. So we've been putting up with these rallies and shit for a while, and it's just another night of it. But tonight he's kicking it off, and boy howdy did he pick a day. He's going to go down there and throw red meat to his crowd, because you know he is, because of his little tweet this morning that coming next week there's going to be millions deported back to Mexico or Central America. ICE is going to go out there and round them all up, baby, and get them all out of the country. And it's going to and there's the head of ICE and the head of Homeland Security and everybody going, what? Nobody told us shit. And that's, again, there we go again. Donnie trying to act like a king, like a potentate. He's gonna tweet out the commands to our government on Twitter. So, I guess our generals, I guess all the staff, everybody better have a Twitter account, because if you don't, well, you don't know what the hell's going on and when he's going to decide to do something. But that's you're already hearing stories about it being physically impossible, and ICE is not prepared to do that, and it's just another way for him to throw red meat out before his rally tonight. So that's what he's cooking for. That's what he's going for tonight, baby. He's going to throw out as much red meat, probably bloodthirsty MS-13 gang members and shit like that coming over the hill. It's going to be here any minute, probably going to knock on your, they won't knock on your door. They're just going to kick your door down probably, I don't know. Give them a few hours. They'll probably be kicking at your door. And that every time I talk about it, Mama and I were talking about it earlier about the border and everything, and because there was a story about how Border Patrol is now just dropping off busloads of people, migrants that have come across seeking asylum and whatnot, dropping them off in little town in New Mexico at the McDonald's. No money in their pocket, no nothing. Just drop them off. Get off the bus. Here you go. You're in America. Go about your business. And thank goodness those people. I think it was in Denton or something like that, New Mexico. They did exactly what I said they would do when Donnie started doing that. If they started dropping off busloads of people, those people in those towns would step up and help them because that's what a community does. And that's exactly what was happening in the little town in New Mexico. Was the fire department, everybody just got behind them and gave them shelter, made sure they had food and everything, and doing what Americans do. And it's a sad state of affairs now. That we are in this. Dennis, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
I can't complain.
I'm winging it tonight, and I think I'm gonna have to restart I'm gonna have to restart. Yeah, see, it's not even letting me. Not even letting me. Let me see. I gotta restart the chat. Let me see. There it is. Because it ain't working. And I didn't see anything on Facebook coming through, but my son slept in and said I'm live, so I don't know. We'll try it again. So how's your day been, Dennis?
It's been all right.
Has it?
Every time I start reading up on and getting current with the news, I end up, face palming.
It pisses you off, buddy. Every time, every day, there's a new shitstorm every day. And today starts off with his little tweet about, ICE going to round up millions and deportations are going to start. News from the Fuhrer is what it is. It's Hitler relived. And, that's how he started his day. Because, he's going down to Florida to kick off his thing there. But boy, what a day. Huh?
The other day, they were trying to start a panic in San Antonio about the refugees they brought in from the Congo, saying that there was an Ebola outbreak, and that they had to go on TV and dismiss it, and said they were screened every time they got on a plane. So they've been screened like 8 times before they even got here.
That's not enough, buddy. For some people, that if they're coming in from what Donnie calls shithole countries, that's what you can expect these little minions and stuff to believe. And that started again, brought to you again by your president, Donnie the dumbass. But yeah, that's pitiful. That's sad. When did that happen?
Just a few days ago. The city council had to go on TV and address it because they were about to start a fucking panic.
Damn. Somebody's starting a rumor. And that's what it does.
I'm like, if that would have happened, the Center for Disease Control would have been all over the news, warning people.
Yeah.
Well, there would have been like all kinds of information. All the media would know.
Right. Yeah. But they don't. So, they didn't. So what's, just like you said, it's anybody coming into this country. I can't imagine how many times they're being screened, how many times they're being vetted, in this day and age that, it's on everybody's radar not to let anything slip past them. If there's a problem anywhere, and you damn sure believe that there's a medical checkup before you come in. But man, that's scary as shit. So, another day in Donnie land. But Shanahan quit. The guy that's running our Department of Defense, he's quitting. He was had to go through confirmation through the Senate, and I guess he didn't want to do that after some information came out. But he was only acting Defense Secretary. Ever since Mattis quit, in protest, mind you, we haven't had a Department of a Secretary of Defense. And isn't that nice to know right here when we're pumping up our chest with Iran? It's just another ball of wax when you back up and look at it. It's a disgrace. I think they have 9 people in acting positions in his cabinet right now, and it's just getting ridiculous. You know. But let me see if I can do anything right again. I still haven't seen a single. Hey, Sparky.
He's muted.
Oh, he's always me. He's already over there playing with the dog already. Uh, uh, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to.
I had a thought today, John.
What's that?
You know how we have that national night out just once a year?
Yep. Go out there and.
I think we should do that about once a month.
Once a
to
month.
really get to go like meet all our neighbors and meet new people. Because the computer age is all
neighbors.
Selective and
I know my neighbors.
and you
I don't want to.
You just really don't get to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just making a joke. I said I know my neighbors. I don't really want to go out there. They don't like me anyway. I'd spoil the party for them. But that's all right though. I could go into town. No, but you're right.
Well, I was just thinking another way to get across to people without. I mean, because people run in circles in their own circles, social circles, and social media, and they don't really get. I mean, if people, this is only on the premise that people can be mature and have an adult conversation about things, and it doesn't even have to be political. Just to open your mind to different points of view.
Yeah, you're not right about everything. And the day you get that in your head, then you got problems. If you think you're right about everything there is, but you've lost a few things in life. You're right. It's something that we cannot expect under this administration. It is unification of this country. He's not going to do a damn thing tonight to reach across the aisle to say anything nice about anybody on the Democratic side. We're all evil baby killers. MS-13 gang member lovers and everything else that he could think of and throw down the sewer at us. That's who we are, and that's who he's treated as ever since he's come in. And so any movement on that kind of front, it's going to have to come grassroots. It's going to have to come from your neighbors, from people out in the neighborhoods, grouping together. That would be something nice. So we're going to do that, aren't we, Dennis? We're going to group together.
Absolutely.
On what day?
The 20th, 21st, that weekend of 20th, 21st of July.
The 20th and 21st of July, we will be in San Antonio. And what's the name of the place at Rudy's?
Yes, Rudy's Barbecue. It's called the worst barbecue in Texas.
The worst barbecue in Texas, Rudy's Barbecue. You ain't going to find anything worse than that right there. You're going to have some pretty bad barbecue, I guess. No, I'm sure there's a play on.
No, that's their slogan.
The worst barbecue in
worst
Texas.
Is spelled like WURST.
Oh, okay, like a sausage. There you go. Well, good. That's I'm a brisket and sausage plate guy. That's me. Some peppers.
Oh yeah, it's really old fashioned. It's a country store. It's actually a gas station as well.
Oh, cool.
So it's really a rustic themes type of place where you order right off the grill. They pull the meat right off the grill, right in front of you.
Oh, is that right?
And they serve you on butcher paper and sliced bread, and it's very rustic. So it's awesome.
So you don't have to worry about making a mess.
Well, you do. It's easy to clean up.
There you go. You're on the butcher paper. Well, that sounds like fun. So that's July 20th and 21st. That weekend, we are going to be in San Antonio for a Blue Dot family meeting in person up there, and both I and Travis will be there. We are desperately trying hard to talk Mama into going. We're desperately trying, but no guarantees there. But it would be nice. But we're trying to make preparations for that and looking forward to it, because I know we have people coming in, and it's going to be nice to be able to sit at the table and have a little barbecue and beer with somebody that we've only known on social media. And that's where most people get a lot of their social activity in. But going back to what you were saying, Dennis, it'd be nice if you could pull those people out and meet face to face. So that's what we're going to try to do. Make it good. I don't know what I'm doing. I hate it when he's gone. I see I did it again. I'm trying to work this thing and it just doesn't want to work. There.
Social Security.
What
Oh,
about
never
it?
mind.
What about Social Security, Velda?
I didn't get my Social Security card until I was 15.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I got mine until I was about 16, I think, or no, it was before that. Yeah, about I don't know. Can't
We
remember.
were
It was
talking
young.
about voting. We were talking about voting. What age? When we got our Social Security, and when did we? And what we had to have to get a voter's card.
I don't remember having to do anything to get a voter's card. Go in there and
Well,
fill out a piece
all I
of
had to
paper.
do was, all I did was have to show my birth certificate, and that's all I had to show.
Yeah. Well, that was back in the day when everybody wasn't suspected of being somebody else.
That was in '76.
76. Oh, you're just so young.
I was
Yeah,
one.
aren't I?
Let me see. I got mine. I don't know mine. I think I got mine in 60. I don't know, maybe 65. I can't remember. It's too damn far long ago. We ain't taking tests here anyway. How you been, Velda?
Oh, I've been pretty good.
Have
Thank
you?
you.
Been
Yep.
Good. Staying on top of things here?
Yeah, I have.
Seeing what's been going on in the news?
Yeah, I've seen several things that's gone on in the news.
Did any of y'all see Jon Stewart last night on Stephen Colbert's show?
Yes,
Yes, I've seen it.
I was watching it a little bit ago.
Yes. He did it again last night, and I hope that shit he rattles Mitch McConnell's cage like you wouldn't believe, because there's a thorn right there, baby. We got to get that man out of Kentucky's got to wake up. I hope they really stand up and remove that man, because he is just a disgusting little turd. But yeah, Jon Stewart.
The little turtle man himself.
Yes.
He only got a 31% approval rating in Kentucky.
Oh, that's too
Did
high.
it go up? It was like 18.
Yeah. I thought it had dropped down to like 17 or 18. Maybe he got a surge after he got a little of that Russian mob money invested in there.
Oh, well, I may be wrong.
Yeah. Well, he's not
This,
doing. I know he's not doing well in the polls. Because the country
No.
can see him, what he's doing. He's blocking everything. He's a dam. He's got so many bills on the floor of the Senate that he won't bring forth. He's not bringing anything.
121.
121 bills. That's ridiculous. He is doing the same thing. He did the same thing under Obama. He was an obstructionist then. He's an obstructionist now. Whatever gets the Republicans,
Hey, David Robertson just donated $5.
Did he? Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Well, see, I'm supposed to stay on top of that. David Robertson just donated $5 through Super Chat. David, we appreciate the shit out of that. David has really impressed us. David is gonna fly down here to San Antonio for the Blue Dot family meeting, and I'm just looking forward to it. Let me see what I do with his. There's Dave right there. There you go.
That's Jenny.
Huh?
That was Jenny.
I hope not. That was. Oh yeah, she probably could. That's
Your
Dave.
animation popped up. Somebody
Oh,
else didn't.
oh. No, just David Robertson. That's the only one I see.
No, it was through a Patreon. I didn't catch the name. I think it's a
Oh.
Deborah or something.
Oh, thank you very much for joining. See, Travis should be here. Travis would be able to call that out, and if he gets here, I'll have him do that. We'll remind him, Dennis, if he comes in, because they had to go get crickets. That's Dave right there. Dave Robinson out in Seattle, Washington out there. That's him standing in front of the White House with my T-shirt on, holding a blue dot, and that blue dot is right above my head back there on the. So thank you, Dave. Dave's one of our regulars, buddy. I'm really looking forward to meeting him and a lot of other people that I hope get to make it down there. Now I'm all screwed up again.
I'm sorry.
No. On my screen in front of me. Let me click that. And then go back over here. Isn't that some shit? If I could see.
See, I think Mitch was trying to play it cool because he knows when he has to pass the 9/11 victim, the funding, he's there
Right.
after that, more things are going to get thrown into that. He knows that that's going to have to get approved.
He's gonna try to attach it to something. See, and
Absolutely.
that's part of what John Stewart was talking about, and that's part of the problem that we have in this country, and it should piss everybody off, is that we can't pass a standalone bill on anything. I don't give a shit what it is. There's got to be a deal made. You got to attach something to it. Add this bill to it. Because the other bill stinks, and this one's got some support, so they want to take a stinking ass bill and attach it to it. So when you vote for the 9/11 Victims Fund, well, you just pass this other stinking ass piece of shit that they didn't want you to know about right on up the line, and that's the way it's played here.
It's going to be with Social Security.
Yeah.
You know it.
The thing that bugs me the most is that's considered a concession on the part of the Democrats. Like the Republicans wouldn't want it unless they get something out of it.
They get something out of it, and that's what's pitiful.
It should be like unanimous.
This bill would be the 9/11 fund is damn near a consensus bill, I believe. I don't think anybody's voting against it. And so it is a bill that could go through to, just like John Stewart said. He said it yesterday. He said you could do it tomorrow. Well, guess what? It wasn't done today. And it's not going to be done tomorrow because Mitch McConnell will decide when and if and what gets attached to that bill. So basically,
John?
Yeah, Sparky, go ahead.
One of the first responders that was with John Stewart the other day, the guy that hugged him at the end of the speech in Congress.
Yeah.
I think his name's John also, but he was on the beat today.
Oh,
And he talked about his first meeting with Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
They went to his office. They had 3 guys with machine guns escort to his office. Treated them like they were terrorists.
Is that right?
What he said. Yeah.
Ain't that some pitiful shit? Those are
Because he's got some secret hideout where people can't find him. Because remember when AOC went looking all over the Capitol for him?
Yeah. Yeah, she couldn't find him. Yeah, she went looking for him. Now I'm sitting here checking my mind because I don't know if anybody else has watched it. Mama got me to sit down and start watching Designated Survivor. Is anybody else watching that?
No.
Well, I've watched the whole thing through.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it actually pretty good. Like I said before, Mama, it's difficult to peg me down to watch something, but when she usually picks something pretty good and I'll get interested in it. Designated Survivor, for those that don't know, is exactly what it sounds like. During the State of the Union address, it's a series, and you have one guy that is designated survivor. He's sent somewhere at an undisclosed location, and on this time, boom, the whole Senate goes up, the House, everything, our whole government.
It was during the State of the Union.
Right. So everybody, the Supreme Court, everybody, the chief of staff, and all the military brass were there. Everybody in the government was there, and everybody died, except one guy. And it's the reason that one guy survived is the whole thing of the show.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons where.
Yeah, we watched the last one last night. So I am now caught up now, waiting to see what happens next. If y'all have not watched it, it is pretty good because it gets into a lot of intrigue because who blew the place up, why that one guy survived, and oh man, there's assassination attempts, there's all sorts of spy shit going on as would happen, and yet still having to carry on a government because all the congressmen and senators were killed. So each state had to, have elections to re-elect congressmen and senators, and but yeah, they even have one governor that decided, hey, you're not really the president, and I'm not doing what you say, and we're Michigan, wasn't it, Sparky? I think so.
Oh, I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched.
Yeah, he was going to secede from the Union himself.
Because that was on ABC for 2 years.
Yeah.
I have plans to watch it, but it is on Netflix for anybody interested in watching it.
Right.
Oh, that's going to be my question. Okay.
Yeah, find it on Netflix.
I'll go from charmed charmed to that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We watched Chernobyl. You know, if Marcia knows that if it has a historical theme to it or a true event that happened in history, yeah, I'm more apt to watch it. Uh,
Um,
you know, but getting me
there
to,
was two,
what's that, Belda?
there was two things on the new on my news feed today, and it was both about insects. One in the United States and one in Germany, about losing our insects and our
Yes.
honeybees to
Yes.
pesticides. And if
Yes.
we lose them,
Oh,
we will
baby.
have no. We won't have any
You
potatoes.
lose.
We won't have
No.
any fruits, nuts, or
No, you
tomatoes.
lose the bees,
Anything with
and
a
we
blossom.
lose a whole lot of stuff. You'd lose the bees. You know, Chris
We'll be stuck
Claus.
eating beets.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't like beets. I don't like beets at all.
I'll pass.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one thing.
And you got to even have them to grow string beans and pinto beans.
Everything. You know, our
Yeah, I
whole
mean-
system.
We'll be
They
out
have
there
to
with
pollinate
Q-tips.
everything.
That's right, bud man.
We'll have to be out. We'll have to be out there with Q-tips pollinating our whole garden, one
Yeah,
blossom at a
one blossom
time.
at a time, man. No, yeah, no, I'm telling you that the whole, it, man, I'm telling you,
And
it doesn't
the
matter
EPA
what we talk about. If you talked about the insects and the bees and how climate change is going to affect us. If you're talking about healthcare, if you're talking about, it doesn't matter what subject we pick. Right now, it's a ball of shit, you know, and nothing's getting done. But
But the EPA released and will allow the spraying of the insecticide. I can't remember the name of it. It's a sulfite type one, and it will take out honeybees.
oh, there you go. That's what we need. More chemical sprays. You know,
And we don't have to. We can plant beneficial plants that will take care of that.
yeah. Yeah.
You know,
You don't have to be a tree hugger to see what would happen if our food chain gets interrupted. You know, if it gets interrupted, you go to the store, what's down there? I have no idea. Refried beans, I don't know because, you know, beans require the same thing. You know, there's a whole industry of people that have beehives that take them into fields to make sure everything's pollinated well. There's a whole cottage industry doing that. I've learned a lot from Chris Claus, one of our Blue Dot family members, who sent me this Knob Creek right here, as a matter of fact, in the microphone I'm speaking into. But also a lot of information on bees. His daughter works at a place called Follow the Honey, and you know, it's just you know, a lot of information that we got from them on that very subject. But yeah, you know, I know what story you're talking about because it didn't just call out the bees. There are other insects involved in this that are being, you know,
butterflies and all beneficial bugs are being affected.
yeah, because we spray the shit out of everything. That's the way Monsanto wants it, you know. And
Yeah, and did you?
that's where the
I
big
sent a
money is.
story to you also. I hope you got it. Was about the permafrost is melting 70 years ahead of time,
Oh yes, yes,
I've seen that the
And-
other day on TV, I think it was.
yeah.
and here 3 years ago, I believe it was, we had a whole herd of caribou die from anthrax from a caribou out of anthrax from caribou from 65 or 70 years ago,
Mm-mm-mm.
and it killed the whole herd.
Well,
Now we've got
didn't they just find a wolf's head
Yeah.
intact? You know,
And-
intact.
And so now we have all these cemeteries and stuff up in Alaska where we've had smallpox and everything, and all those are melting, and that contamination is going to be what's going to be happening. Is
When
what the question
when
is.
the permafrost starts, you know, thawing out, that releases a whole lot of carbon dioxide back up into
And methane gas, too.
Methane gas and everything that's been trapped in that permafrost since dinosaurs was here is going to be boom released right up into the air, and increase the problem even more. So it's like they always told us before. There's a tipping point where it doesn't matter what the hell we're going to do. Things are going to turn to shit. And
Well, we've passed it.
yeah, a lot of people will tell you that we've passed that point, you know, and that's how come it's become so dire now. I read the story the other day about Greenland losing 2 gigatons of ice in one freaking day. You know, that's a whole lot of ice melting out of Greenland, and Greenland goes through an ice melt, seasonally, but not like this one, and there's red flags going all over the place on shit
And
that's,
they're
on shit that's not being taken care of because we have a man in our house that doesn't give a shit about any of this stuff, none of it.
nope.
You know, that's what I mean. No matter what subject we're talking about, Donnie is more concerned right now with his poll numbers for one thing. Oh my God, the poll says something fire.
Oh, my God, that was funny.
Oh, it is. It's ridiculous. But that's what we have right now. We have a man that's what he, is the only thing on his mind. That and going to play golf, which I guarantee he's down in Florida. He's going to end up at Mar-a-Lago. I guess he's going there for a long weekend or whatever. I don't know. But, it's everything else is just a waste of his time. He hasn't got time for that. He's got his businesses to worry about, his bribe collection centers all over the world. That's what he's interested in. So, don't look.
I thought it was funny he fired all of his
Yeah.
I think it's funny he fired all of his pollsters.
If he was Kim, if he had his way, he'd be like Kim Jong Un and take him out and shoot him because they let the news out that Donnie's not winning, and it's really funny to watch him come out and say that don't believe any of the polls unless they say I'm winning. That's the only polls you should listen to, and it's just it's desperation is what it is, and I wish Travis would hurry up and get back because I'm sure he could check out online and see what's happening down in Florida tonight. But
I hate to think about that.
Yeah, he's down there having his big old, red hat rally, to throw meat.
The Orlando one?
Yeah, he's down there to throw meat. Today's his kickoff, his official kickoff of his 2020 campaign today. Yeah.
All of his supporters got a bath this afternoon.
Oh, did they? Did it rain on them?
Yes, it did.
Oh, good. God's saying, get out of here. That's what that is.
There were people wishing for thunder, lightning, and hail. But
yeah, I bet so.
I don't think they got any of that.
No,
I was hoping for a big win.
it rained on his parade. Well, that ought to tell him something. If you
He's made us
Ain't
really
happy.
not going to be
if
there
you
long.
think God's throwing a hurricane because we have homosexuals in the country, well, then you got to believe God's throwing a rainstorm on Donnie for a reason. So,
Right.
follow that logic, baby. Just follow. If that's what you believe, well, then you got to believe the other two. So, yeah, maybe the good Lord decided he needed to take a leak and knows how much Donnie enjoys that. So. Who knows? We can only dream, it's a way. So, but anyway, Budman, what have you been up to,
Got to
buddy?
get a little, not a hell of a lot. That crashed my computer. Took me days, and I finally had to get another one.
Oh, no shit! What an excuse
yes.
to get a new computer. There you go.
Didn't get a new one. I just revived an older one.
There you go. Shit, that's me. I could no anything happened. I'm still working on it's an iPad, but I've had it for, I don't know how long's iPad's been out. It's one of the first generation, but it's the one with the some kind of visual screen shit. Used to know the name of it. Retina display, I think. So it wasn't the very first one that came out, but it's the same one I used to have to hook up the jumper cables when I was first starting my rants. I'd have to hook a jumper cable up to it to keep the damn thing running. So, and thanks to a guy named Michael Sean up in Chicago, Illinois, who I really admire that guy, who sent us that MacBook Pro over there to keep our show going. I like that guy because he's healthy for one thing. He's into marathons and running and all those things I used to do. I remember doing. I just don't want to do them anymore. My knees hurt. My shoulders hurt. Which tomorrow they're going to fix. Tomorrow's going to be my first day in physical therapy. So I get to go have them work on my shoulders tomorrow. Hope they fix something. I'm suspecting they won't. But it's what the doctor wants. So I guess I'm going to do that. But anyway,
So
Therapy is better than operating on them. I guess.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. He wants me to try to, because I have to increase my range of motion because I can't. I'm finding it very difficult to pick things up. It's like I'm a T-Rex. As long as I can just keep my elbows right into my gut. Well, shit, I can pick shit up. Just don't ask me to use that shoulder for shit because it ain't happening. And anyway, you get old, parts start hurting and shit like that.
They start going bad.
Yeah, parts is parts. Something goes wrong, and there's always somebody out there that wants to put a new part in you. So.
at least they've got parts.
Let me see if I can grab somebody else here. And Phyllis Moss. Kay, are you?
Hello.
Hello,
How are
Kay.
you?
How are
y'all doing?
We're doing fine. How about you?
I'm still vertical, thanks.
Thank you very much for that. We appreciate you staying that way. Don't just naps and bedtime. That's it. Horizontal and back up the next day, baby.
Let's not talk about horizontal.
Yeah, that's right. We know where you are. Phyllis Moss lives in Washington, D.C., so she's right down there in the swamp. So you got.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Yes, she's.
I'm sorry. These alligators here got to be smacked.
Yeah.
It's just getting too ridiculous.
There's a few swamp
Right.
monsters in your neighborhood. Uh-oh.
It's time for that. It's time for that boy to be gone.
Yes, it is. And I'm proud to say Kay's one of our Blue Dots, been around a long time, and every time there is a protest in Washington, D.C., she is out there representing all of us. So we appreciate that, Kay.
Well, I'm an old biddy, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
got to do what a woman's got to do.
You got to do what you
Amen.
got to do. And because ain't nobody else going to do it, that's how come we got to do this shit. That's how come I have a show, baby. It's us. We put the ink in the pen, baby. We write the story. It's this whole thing depends on us. And we have to get it right this time. We got it right in 2018 at the midterms. We took what we had to take, and now we're going to have to do it for 2020. So.
We better. We're going to wear a lot of trouble.
Oh, man. We have to.
And I'm rooting for the ladies.
I don't even
My
want
dream team is Harris and Warren.
Warren.
Put those two together. And let's see what we can do.
Let's see what the women can do. Probably a whole lot better than the men do it. If you listen to the scientists out there.
Well, if you don't do it, babies, you're never gonna find out.
We're never going to
are
find
you?
out. Yes. Well, there's a lot of people saying we need a woman. I'm just saying we need the right woman. We need the right person. Because if y'all tuned into the early show, I played a little thing by Rocky Mountain Mike about Constar Airlines. I mean, not Constar. Citizens United, which allows lobbyists to pour money into politicians' pockets. But there's one on there that has Sarah Palin giving the history of the United States, and it would just crack you up. Guy does excellent work. I'm trying to get his permission to actually. I snuck that in because I don't have permission yet to play his stuff. But I bought that CD, so it's mine. So. I don't know.
Better get permission. You know how it is nowadays.
I do. We play Lauren Myers music on here all the time because we have her permission to do so. And but Travis wasn't here to do anything, so I just turned on my iPad and did that little skit right there. And it went pretty good. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you didn't, when the show's over, you back it up and listen to it. It's real funny. But it's basically.
So the latest is not only did he want to screw up the tax return and the census and the 4th of July?
Yeah.
He also now wants to attack employer-provided health care. So he wants, just forget all that, send the individual person out to fend for themselves
out in the open
insurance market. Yeah.
Yeah. Free market, baby. Let it all hang out. If you can afford it, buy it. If you can't, too freaking bad. That's the Republican.
Exactly.
He is trying to push that. I've got a health care plan. We're going to roll it out soon again. And they don't have shit. Again, that's just out here blowing smoke up people's ass because he doesn't have a plan. The Republicans don't have a plan. There is
all they have is this idea that I'm going to let all my buddies who have stock in insurance companies, see how many people they can rip off.
Well, my view on insurance in a nutshell is it's a ripoff. It's a scheme. They sell you insurance and then later on decide whether or not they'll pay for you to get better or not, and you know, it's all based on a bottom line kind of thing to me. The free market is not a place for in healthcare. It's not something that should be determined in there. Either we have
So tell me,
healthcare
John.
or we have profit care.
Tell me, John, did you join up with the VA?
No. As a matter of fact, I do have some paperwork in there in the VA because I have a friend of mine that's really pushing me to apply for some benefits. But no, I have never applied for the VA because I just never had a reason to. I worked for the government right up until 2001, Department of the Army. So, I just and I had 7 years active duty and 16 years for the Army. But yeah, no, I haven't. But I'm in
You
the process.
should.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me, John, you should apply for VA. And so,
My husband did.
did he? Well, that-
Yeah, he applied. I didn't.
Yeah.
So we're
Well,
But
a
then
lot
I'm
of
not
veterans don't.
65. Yeah, I
There
know.
is.
I know.
There's no program out there to promote you getting your benefits when you come out. When I did, when Sparky did, all of us when we got out, there was nobody there to transition you into civilian life for anything. It was adios, see you later, bye, and that's it, baby.
Well, they have some paltry little program nowadays, but it really doesn't do much to help.
It's a shame. The veterans of this country should be, I don't know, they should be held on a pedestal, and there should be veteran retirement homes that veterans could go to, or shelters.
There used to be.
Yeah,
There used to be some around, but I don't think there's that many of them.
I don't think so.
No,
I haven't
they're
heard.
not.
I haven't heard of them in years. A veterans home.
Well,
But I'm
my
saying they used to
husband
be out there, but I don't know if
one
there's any
down in
around or not.
Texas for the Air Force. I know there's one down in Texas somewhere for the Air Force,
Is there?
but my husband has to be dead before I can get in.
I think there is one here in Texas now that I think about it.
There's one at Fort Roots here in Little Rock.
The
We
veterans.
have a state facility here in Northern California.
Well, that's good to know that they're still around, but we still have a whole lot of not only veterans, just people that are homeless. That
Far too many.
Yeah, it's far too many. We've seen a recent story out in Los Angeles where they're complaining about how many tents are all over the place. Well, sorry, the tents are in your way. It's we could do better. We should do better.
There are a lot of people out there in California, in Los Angeles, who want to set up communities with tiny houses for the homeless.
Yes.
But they won't let them because we don't want that sort of thing.
in
And
our,
I'm like,
in our
why not?
neighborhood.
It's better than tents and
It
trash
is.
and dead
It
bodies
is.
on the ground, you dummies.
And they've highlighted some of those that they did, and there's great participation in those little tiny home kind of like communities. They police themselves. They keep the area really nice. They're particular about not having no loud parties and shit like that going on all the time. They turn into little communities, and they could take that idea all across this country. If it would not be that hard to do. In every city there is an empty lot somewhere, or an area that could be donated to that kind of a cause. In a college that or a trades union or trades schools that could offer that. Well, howdy bullshit. Here you go, buddy. It's all yours. Here, take this all. Travis is here. Let me see if I can.
I was wondering if you were talking about me or not.
Oh yeah, he's talking about you, bub. There he is. He's squeezing
He
it
was
over
he
here.
was bad mouthing you.
Yeah, I was bad. He ain't even got his headphones on yet. He don't even know what you're saying.
Shit.
Here, have this mouse too. Here's a mouse. I'm free. I'm free. Shit. Oh, I got to tell you, fill Travis in on a few things. Oh,
Hang on.
okay, hang on.
I'm getting.
Got to get his. Did y'all get everything taken care of there?
all
Got the
set up in
crickets?
here.
You got the crickets?
No, but you got all my wires tangled up in here somehow.
I didn't do that shit.
Yes, you did.
Well, all I did was move them.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I can't do
It's
that.
not my
so
fault.
I gotta.
What'd I screw up? I screwed up everything. Sorry, we're gonna have to end the show now because no, no. I'm just bullshitting. We're not gonna do that. We're on a roll here, baby.
No, I just couldn't get my headphones free from the keyboard. They were out under the keyboard. So no, wait. What happened? What did I miss? What did I fuck up?
Oh well, for one thing, Tyler came in and told me that we are on Facebook, but I have not seen. Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, you're on Facebook, but I don't see a single
There
thing
has not
here.
been a single. We have not had a single comment from Facebook. So if you are commenting on the show from Facebook, I have not seen a single comment that has come through. So I was hoping Travis would be able to fix that. And
I'm gonna see what I can do.
yeah,
Figure
And
this
then you
out.
gotta see who sent that money from Patreon.
yeah. And somebody gave us a Patreon donation. We have a new Patreon member,
Oh, nice.
and
Very nice.
and Dave gave us $5 to super chat.
That's awesome.
That is Dave's an awesome guy.
Yes.
Always.
So tell me, is the house moved yet?
Nope, we're gonna do it this Friday. Called the guy today, solidified it up. It doesn't look like we're gonna have any rain between now and Saturday. So on Saturday, look for a video to come out because we're gonna videotape the whole thing.
I don't know if it'll come out Saturday because if I have to put the video together, I got to put my house back together first. Maybe Sunday.
Maybe Sunday, I guess.
Maybe Sunday.
Because we got to cut the power lines to his house, disconnect all the wires to it, and the water line that went over there, move it out of the
Then
way.
Travis has got to bolt down everything that's going to move or
Yeah.
fall over.
They've got to take a
Yep.
lot of stuff out. They don't want to leave the aquariums in there that their babies are in, the snakes and the turtle and the frogs. Wants to take them out.
The door's closed. They'll be all right.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. They put them on the floor; they'll be fine. But Travis has
Should
this
be.
has this fear that a cable will break or something in the house would take a drop, and I don't think that's
Well,
going to
not
happen.
only that, but I mean, I got glass tanks, and
Oh, yeah.
God forbid, I don't want to go in there and find something fell on
Yeah.
top of it and
Yeah,
broke
no,
a tank.
you just
It's common sense. We're moving a house with a fucking crane. I'm gonna move my shit out.
Yeah, he's worried about it.
Anyway, I want you to look at that. I don't got any warnings saying we're not getting out.
I don't
or
know,
getting Facebook comments, but we are online.
Yeah,
so
we're online. We got a comment from Periscope, dude. I've seen
wow.
Periscope pop up there.
That's a first.
That's the first time I've seen anybody on Periscope, comment.
Yeah, I've seen that, Dana.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I looked at it and went, wow, what is
I'm
that?
here on Discord. Your Discord is working.
Well, I like this Discord thing. It
Here,
does.
See, just so you can see, you're live
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Look at there. I'm on Facebook.
So
We're
no
just
idea
not getting
what
anybody's
comments.
comments. That bothers me. We have
I'm trying to figure it out right now.
we
Trying
have a
to
large
figure that out.
family on
That
Facebook.
that happened to me last Thursday where I couldn't see any comments, and then the next time you went live, it was gone, and I could see the comments again.
Yeah,
Or actually, after you went offline, the comment showed up.
Boy, how to shit.
that is weird.
They just don't want me to see them. That's what it is. Conspiracy. I believe I saw it on the Alex Jones show. Did y'all see his shit today? He's fixing to get his ass in a crack. I didn't pay that much attention to it. Anytime his name is mentioned on TV. What's that, Belda?
He sent porn, kitty porn,
Yes,
to the
he's-
families.
Yes. Oh, is that what part?
Oh yeah, I seen that yesterday on Facebook.
Are
Yeah.
you shitting me? You talk
No.
about a disgusting
Oh, he
man.
sent some kind of
Yeah, I heard something about
something to them,
child
but
porn
but just
that was on the
it was
disc.
in there, and
Yeah,
it wasn't supposed to be, I guess, but it was there.
it was there, and now he's trying to say.
I don't
that-
think it was intentional, but
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah, they
intended
can
for the
arrest
FBI
for
to find it, but it was found, I believe, by either prosecutors or lawyers. I don't know.
Lawyers, I think.
I
Family
think
lawyers.
Family lawyers found it. Ain't that some shit? And,
He's saying he was framed, and he's offering a $1 million
well, of course he.
reward for help.
I
Yeah.
hope he
Who
goes
is
to
this?
prison for it.
Hey, let's get it.
Alex
let's-
Jones.
Who is this guy you're talking about?
Alex
Oh
Jones.
Lord, I didn't know there was anybody out there that didn't know what that piece of scum was.
I don't watch Scum. You know that.
Well, I'm
Did you
glad,
see
Kay.
about the sec def?
the what?
The guy that Trump put forward and asked to be sec def.
Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
He-
He resigned because he didn't take it up because of, well, they found domestic abuse.
Yeah, Shanahan. Yeah, it's all in the news right now. I want to give a quick shout out to Ken Madden, who just donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Good luck on the move, buddy." We appreciate that, Ken.
So very much. We'll need every bit of luck we can.
Yeah, we need all the luck we have on this one. The guy's going to come over and take a look at it before he brings the truck in. But yeah, where were we?
Secretary of Defense.
Oh, the Secretary of Defense. Yes, Shannon. He had to quit because the stories came out. Evidently, years ago, he went through about what was it, Kay? A 6-year divorce. If I'm correct, 6 years to get a divorce. It was a bad divorce.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, there was domestic violence accusation, and then today found out that that Shanahan's son had actually beat his mother with a baseball bat at one point to the point of unconsciousness, and she had a fractured skull and everything. Police had to be called and everything. It was a nasty, nasty story. Question is, how did he get into the acting secretary of? He went through. I would assume some kind of vetting, But we all have to remember, Donnie knows the best people, baby. Donnie knows the best people. They're just
Exactly, and
Yeah.
you know him by the company he keeps.
Yeah, and we
don't
know
you?
what kind of scum he is.
Wife beaters stick together, don't you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't be what he had I can't remember the guy's name that worked in the office with him. One of his advisors in there had to leave because of the same thing. And
I can't figure out the Facebook issue, everybody. So
yeah, there's still nothing there but the YouTube comments. We're not seeing not seeing any of the Facebook comments. So I apologize for that. We don't know what's going on.
no, but I'm
But,
still going to try to keep fixing it here. But because I know there's a crap ton of people out there
Oh hell yeah.
watching.
Thank Facebook.
Yeah, there's a reason why I left Facebook anyway. It's going down to
Travis
crapper.
doesn't.
Yes, it
talking
is.
ab-
I don't watch it. I'm not on it as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
Talking about wife beaters, have you noticed the uptake in all of the pedophiles and rapists that are getting away with just fucking slaps on the hand?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I've seen some of that.
I noticed.
I haven't caught that story, but it doesn't surprise me.
A man rapes an 11-year-old girl
Oh, I've seen
and
that
gets
headline. Go ahead.
and gets a slap on his hand and 2 years probation.
2 years probation.
No jail time and no sex offender registry.
What?
Yep.
How does that fucking
How
work
does
in
that
this
work?
country?
How does that get
White
by?
privilege. White privilege.
Yeah.
I should have known.
White
Yeah.
privilege, and I bet you he's a Republican and a good member of his church.
Probably the deacon.
No doubt he's a good member of his church.
Yeah, no doubt there. They use that.
And
all
then
the
all-
time.
Did you see the pastor lineup from the Southern Baptists that were caught up in all the ones that were pedophiles?
Yes, I did. I saw the lineup. I didn't realize. I haven't. I read a lot of stories and I skim over a lot of them. But yes, I did see that story. The lineup. There was like 6 of them, or there was
9, 10 of them.
9. No, man.
I belong to the Freedom from Religion
Yeah.
organization, and they put out a newspaper, and in the back, they have clerical collar crime.
Oh, really?
There have been indictments for embezzlement, murder,
Oh, and
rape,
and
domestic
and
abuse.
It does not.
It just makes you sick.
Don't think it's just Catholic Church or anything like that. No, it's well spread out amongst.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
it
in
is.
every religion. There are going to be people that are drawn to it on the because if you're a man of God, well, everybody loves a man of God, and it's
And
easy.
it's power.
Yes,
It's power
it is.
because they believe
Because
you.
people look up to those people for moral guidance and stuff.
You know, a lot of those people that are looking up to them, they have nothing else, and so they find somebody to look up to, and they'll believe anything they say.
And,
That's how come people they're getting rich in
and that's how religion works. That's how religion works. But you know,
How come some of these guys are driving these fancy new cars?
you know, I like
They have money, and
yeah, they have several
it's just
airplanes and
amazing.
shit. Those are the
Amazing
ones.
This is not to knock the good guy that you know. I'm
No.
sure there are some good guys out there. But
That's
I'm
what I was
telling you,
fixing
ever
to
see them on the
say.
news?
No, you won't see them on the news. You know,
They're the ones that go and deliver the diapers to the neighbor because
Right.
they don't have any diapers.
you see
They're the silent
you
ones.
see a lot of that in disasters. Some churches will and religious organizations will come together and donate a lot. There's a lot of religious, you know.
The silent heroes.
Yeah,
real,
they do.
what I
yeah.
call the real religious.
Yes,
the
because we
real
got into a discussion about the other day about religion, and I
They're
don't
not
want,
in it for the buck.
Yeah, that's it. If you're not in it for the dollar, and that should be plain to see, because, baby, these mega churches, they're in it for
They
the
scare
money,
me.
baby. They're in it for the money, and they're soaking you for everything
Oh,
you
yeah.
got, as far as I'm concerned. You know, but the little church down the road or something like that, who has community involvement and stuff like that, you don't want to discourage that, because you know they do provide a lot of services.
No, it's
Yeah.
Our little church here in town, our back steps rotted out. They came down and they rebuilt our back steps for us
Yeah.
so we could get in and out of the house.
Let me see. Holding up
Exactly so.
hands. I think is the name of the thing that recently came into Corpus Christi here, and it was I can't remember where they're from. A religious group from someplace else. I think they was Louisiana or Mississippi or something like that. And they came down here, and they'll stay a month, and they work on people's houses and stuff. And you know, it's fellowship. It's helping your fellow man. It's all that stuff. People, you know, the news crews come out and take a picture or and put them on film and everything. But that's not why they're there. They're actually carrying out the good deeds that a lot of religious organizations do. But
there's a lot of them that do that. I mean, it's
I'll give you a hint, though. If any of them ever tells you to reach out and touch the screen of your TV to get God's blessing, if you
They run.
turn the channel, turn the
stick your
channel.
hands in your pocket.
Yeah, if there's some
Or
deal.
buy the,
Yeah,
Did
If
you
they
see-
tell you to throw your LGBTQ out to the wolves and
Yeah.
kick them out of your
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
that's not a church or a religion you should be in.
no, and there's some story that I did look into. I can't remember it. I'd have to back up my damn book here somewhere to find his name. A preacher not long ago that was preacher. He's not. No, he's a mayor, saying that all LGBTQ people should be just shot and killed. They just should kill them. If you rounded them all up and killed them, well, there'd never be another one around. You know, that would solve.
I called that man's line because
Oh,
that
yeah.
was all
Oh.
over Twitter.
Yeah.
And liberals.
I bellowed at him on the phone, told
There you
him,
go,
don't
baby.
you ever,
Yeah.
ever, a public official calling for murder. You're
Yeah.
just out of your
That's
goddamn
exactly what it
mind
was.
now.
And he tries to hide it with
Wasn't there a sheriff that just recently done that a few days ago? Something similar to that?
There may have been, and he should be told the same
Yeah.
damn thing.
Same damn thing, baby.
Resign.
We can't have that in any city or
Hell
county
no.
in our government, because there's laws, and if we're a lawful society, which the right always claims we are,
Oh, come on. Trump's in office.
yeah,
There's no law.
no. Well, as long as he's in office, you could take all the law and order shit and throw it out the window as far as the Republicans concerned, because that's just a bunch of crap to them. It's what they use to use the law to their benefit if they can. They would use it as a weapon, you know, and which has been done before in this country, you know.
What do you think about all the new roundup next week?
Yeah,
Headed
next
off
week,
for
millions, baby.
concentration camp.
Yep. Well, he's going to deport millions of them next week, baby. Next week. That's what he said. You know, anybody believes that
I'm waiting to
shit.
see that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it's so much in the news today because he tweeted it out this morning, and sure enough, shit, the news are going to go by and ask Homeland Security and ICE and all that and Border Patrol. They're going to ask them, hey, we heard big roundup, and they're all saying the same thing. What? We didn't know anything about it because
Exactly.
it's not anything that's planned. And if it was,
No.
him blurting it out they're talking about, well, that'd be the last thing you want to do because that would warn everybody. Well, good. Now, Donnie's done something good if that's the case. But I don't think so. I think it was
The
just.
best,
Go ahead.
I think
The
he
best-
realizes how many million people are.
right?
Yeah.
The
I think-
best one I heard was about the our Homeland Security.
Yeah.
The military went ahead and did all of this stuff behind Donnie's back. And so if Putin wants to interrupt with our power systems, they can do it to his too.
That's it.
I heard that on the news.
Did you?
Yeah, and Donnie did not know about it.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. It was
Brain
also.
tells them anything.
Yeah, it was in the news also that Donnie's been left out of the loop on several things because they're afraid he's going to open his mouth. And they're right. He
I
would.
mean,
He would.
Oh,
it just
yeah.
goes to show there's
He
still some
would.
good people in government, but
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope that
I
they're
was
holding
I
back.
was hoping no heads would roll because of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dana Milbank has a column in the Washington Post this morning talking about how, the New York Times said something, but Trump was there going, oh, no, that's not true.
That's right.
And
Leo, A.
so Dana says, okay, so Trump's going to sue the New York Times for giving the Russians false information?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
they're accused him of treason and all that shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard a little bit about that.
Let's see that. Let's see that happen. Boy.
And
howdy.
non-existent polls are lying?
Oh yeah, all the polls, baby. They're
Excuse me?
Yep, they're all wrong. Don't believe anything you're seeing or hearing or reading or anything else your senses might be picking up. Don't believe that. Just tune in to the Donnie Show, or his Twitter feed, and he'll tell you
Well,
what
the
reality
thing was,
is.
the man can keep two contradictory. The polls are lying.
Oh,
the
but he
polls
loves the
don't
polls.
exist.
Yeah,
But the polls are lying anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they don't exist, they're still lying.
unless
I can't believe.
unless they're for him. If they show him in any favorable light, oh, look at the polls. I have a 90% approval rating in the Republican Party. That might be true. What's the
You know
percentage
what,
of the
Heath?
Republican Party nowadays in this country? It's shrinking, people. It's getting
He's got
smaller.
a great approval rating for him to resign.
Yeah, no shit. And we got
Yeah, I'm all for that one.
Yeah, that's it. I'll vote for that one any damn day of the week.
Resign.
All right. We
want
want to we thank Diana Mallory for she donated $20 through Super Chat and says, in case
Wow.
your Dos Equis went up in cost, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, darling. I'm afraid my Dos Equis might go up. I've been on it. I've been on a kick for that for a while now. I don't know. I've had lots of beers, but all of a sudden I had a Dos Equis and I went, and I'm still saying, that's pretty good beer. So yeah, I thank you very much. Well, that'll cover the cost of it if the tariffs go up on the cerveza. Uno más cerveza, baby. One more beer. But thank you very much for that. We appreciate it. And
I can tell you, if you put some tariff on Scotland, I'm screwed.
oh shit, he'll put a tariff on anybody. It doesn't matter. He uses it as a weapon, but it didn't work on Mexico this time. The 5% that he was going to go and rise it up to 25%, bunch of bullshit. Just like everything else, he starts some bullshit. He starts a fire, pisses on it, and wants an award for putting it out. And that's Donnie. And that's what he did with the Mexico tariffs.
Oh, did you hear the man that still doesn't pay his bills?
No, he
All
hadn't
the
paid.
towns where he has those rallies,
Yeah.
the police department, everybody else is saying, "Well, come on,
Yeah,
where's
no
the
shit,
money
where's
for
the
the
money, asshole?"
security?"
He hasn't paid all the bills for his inauguration yet, and he's wanting to hold a bunch of big events in Washington D.C. on this July 4th to celebrate Donnie. And
I hope they got the cash up front.
Oh man.
Yep, better get the cash up front or else it
Yeah,
ain't
no
gonna
shit.
happen.
No shit.
I seen
Come on,
this
people,
afternoon
get
that
wise.
You seen that?
he wants Air Force One to fly over before he gives his speech.
Oh, are you shitting me? No.
In
No.
the new paint job?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
It didn't mention anything about the new paint job. It just
Yeah.
wanted to do a flyover before he gives his speech.
Have y'all seen the new paint job? It may look
Yeah.
it may look a little familiar to you.
It looks like Trump's bus.
Yes, it does. It
Oh.
looks like Trump's airplane. By the way, I got my thank you, Paulette Hallbeck. By the way, I got my new Funny Times in the mail today. So I'm really looking forward to what it says on the front. Okay, we admit the secret research of UFOs because there's one standing behind the general. I get that once a month. It's I love this thing. If nobody's ever known what it is, it's called Funny Times. I guess you can get
You can get a
subscription.
prescription?
Yeah, you can get a prescription from your doctor. Just tell him, hey, doc, my funny bone's not working anymore. What was? You need Funny Times. No, she sends it to me. I get a copy every month, and I do. I get a big kick out of it. A lot of stories, a lot of information in it. Harper's Index is in there, which has been around ever since I was a kid. Gives you statistics on a lot of shit that you would never ask about. But anyway, I got that in the mail today, so it proves my post office box still works. First mail I got in over a week. I was getting desperate, people. When I opened my mailbox this morning and saw that, I said, all right, I hit the jackpot. I got something. And Travis and I are putting together, we got to get that board.
Yeah, we got to get that board, and we need to figure out where it's going to go in here.
Because I'm thinking right there.
Yeah.
But we got to train it. It's postcards. People have been sending me postcards, so we're going to put all the postcards up on a board and put a camera on it so you can see your postcard, and it's going to show where everybody's from. Because that's what I told them. Send me a postcard from where you're from. So with the front of the postcard can tell us how big our family reaches and all that kind of stuff. Be neat. Anyway, just something to add. Like, I ain't got enough shit in here. I'm telling you, man. I'm surrounded by stuff that makes me laugh. But
Randy Carvin's got something today in the mail.
oh, did he?
He got a Trump doll. So
Oh.
every time he gets pissed off, he can take and slam that doll around, is what he was told.
Is it? Oh shit!
Yeah, your arm is not
Trumpy
gonna make
bear.
it there.
That didn't
Oh
work
God!
too good.
Don't mention Trumpy Bear. God, that was so.
No, it wasn't a Trumpy bear. It wasn't. It's a long, skinny thing with a orange hair and in a black suit.
Oh God, that hurt. Did it look like this?
Honey, I don't have you on because
you
on
don't?
my internet slows down.
This is a Donnie Wackadoll. It's
Yeah,
made,
that's what he got with the whack-a-doll.
Yes, I've got one. It's a damn it doll. I'm sorry. It's on the back of it. Says a damn it doll. That way, when you can, oh shit.
You can just leave him there for the rest of the
I
night.
think I'll. That wasn't too
Hey,
smart.
John, don't
Yes.
do that anymore.
No, don't do that. That hurt. Yeah, but I have and then Tim Cormal somewhere else behind me. Oh, right back there. Oh, that's a long reach.
They can see it.
Right back there is a doll that Tim Cormal sent me, and it's got you stick pins in it, and so I've had a little voodoo doll of him for a long time now. It's got pins stuck all in. It used to be on the show, gonna poke it every time he pisses you off, which is on a daily basis. I don't know how we can get through. You know, just
I think, and speaking of prescriptions earlier, I think doctors should give you prescriptions to whack-a-dolls there because,
No shit.
yeah, stress relief right there.
yeah, whack the shit out of him.
Kicking dolls is good.
Yeah,
Yes.
anything to get that stress out of you. And you know, there was somebody talking today on the news about they were reliving the night that he was elected, and yeah, I bet every one of us has a horror story in our head that is like Kennedy's assassination or 9/11. And, you know, you're never going to forget that night that we found out that
You
he
know,
had
I
been
think
elected.
this nation has PS.
What's that?
I think the nation has posted, that PST or whatever.
Yeah, PTSD. Yeah, we're all in shock from that shit because nobody in their right mind took him, you know, that thought that this man would actually make it into our house, and it devastated everybody not only because he's the asshole that we all knew he would be. It's the fact that we were disappointed in our fellow citizens that fell for that shit, that accepted his bullshit, his lies, his exaggerations about everything, including his pecker size. Are you shitting me?
Well, it didn't
we
help.
wouldn't accept that from anybody else.
No, and it didn't help that Comey came out a week before the election with the new email scandal.
Yeah, well, that's yeah.
Which
Yeah,
was nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
deliberately
But
they
her
deliberately
emails, baby.
didn't say that he was under investigation too.
Yeah, he was at that time also. So, to be fair, they should have come out and said both, but that wasn't the deal. That election was screwed around with so many different ways, not just by the Russians, but just like pointed out, when Comey came out with we're going to reopen her email thing within weeks of an election. That was improper. The FBI should have never have done that kind of shit. But,
and then Mitch McConnell stopped a lot of the investigation too.
Mitch McConnell.
Going forward from Obama during the election cycle in 15.
I would imagine. I swear, to me, when I look at the Republican Party nowadays, I'm seeing a crime organization. That's what I'm seeing. A collaboration amongst a bunch of crooks who will lie, cheat, steal, do whatever they have to do to get their man in power. To keep power over everything. And the only power against that kind of shit is us, is the American people en masse. When we have to turn out the vote, baby, because when we do, we get what we want. We get the people in office we want. And Donnie would have to get dragged out kicking and screaming for all I give a shit. I just want him gone.
Head first or feet first.
I don't care. I don't care how he
Let his head bang against the concrete as you drag him down those steps.
Well, isn't
like
that
a ripe
That's
melon?
what I want to see.
Isn't that what he
I
told the
want
cops?
his blood.
He told the cops, don't be so nice when you arrest them. Shove them in there. Be a little rough. Isn't that what they said? Isn't that what he recommended? So
And
when
he
they
says,
arrest
I
Tay-
pay the bills.
Yeah. I'm telling you, people, it's become, well, for me, it's become my life, this whole damn thing, ever since he started running and I started getting pissed. But when he was elected, that was it. It solidified what the hell I was going to be doing for the next several years, because I couldn't let this shit go, and I never will. I won't turn this shit loose until he's gone. And then we still got work to do. We still have we're way behind, baby. Just what he has destroyed in this country is going to take a while to repair. So yeah, I'm going to be using my voice for a while. I hope y'all hang around and listen. Hell, that guy, old Pop, he's like Pop Watch. Anybody ever see him? Anybody seen Pop Watch? He's like 80-something years old.
Mm-mm.
No, he's on Facebook and stuff, and he nothing political. Just an old man with his grandson who asks him questions, and he comments on life. Drives around in a pickup truck or sits on the front porch. There's nothing to it, but he has millions of followers, and because he'll tell his wife. What's his wife's name?
Mary. I don't
Mary.
watch them. So yeah, I was about to say I don't watch them.
They've
so
been
I wouldn't
together
know.
like 50 or 60 years or something. Met her in Puerto Rico when he was stationed there. I don't know, 1950s or something. Anyway, she'll come out and say something, and he'll turn around and look at her and say, "Mary, get back in the house, Mary. Get back in the house." And of course, he doesn't. He's not being mean to her. That's just the way he talks to her. And people like it. Anyway, I don't know how I got. I don't know how that came up, because I brought it up. Because I was getting old. I'll be using my voice for a while. So he's 80-something. I'm only 66, baby. I'm still young. I got a ways to go. I hope.
You are.
Don't we all? Shit.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, who'd you just bring in here? I thought I saw.
Oh,
you.
I just saw that Bud One man got disconnected, so I brought him back in.
Oh.
Yeah, I got disconnected. I got it finally figured out.
Still trying to figure out this Facebook problem, but
Yeah.
I'm not finding
Yeah,
shit.
we haven't seen a single thing from Facebook.
Let's get Dave.
Where's Dave? Is Dave in there?
Aussie Dave.
Where's my mouse?
It's over here.
Is it? Oh,
Right
we
there.
go.
Oh, there's Dave. Hey, Dave.
He's got his mic.
Oh,
mic.
Hey, there he is.
I'm fine, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm doing fine, bub. How's things down under?
Oh, great. Mate, I just watched that interview with Trump again with George from ABC.
Yeah, Stephanopoulos.
Yeah. And I was just amazed how Trump called him a wise guy when he was
Yeah.
stating facts, and how he just put him back in his box
Yeah.
and cut him off.
Yeah.
And then the other part where he said in the car, no, the polls are these and that. No, you should read this and you should do this. Let's get out the car, and he cuts him off there. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
a woman reporter would not accept that, would they? They would have said something like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me. Yeah, he was in the car there when when George Stephanopoulos was pegging him down on the Mueller report, and Stephanopoulos asked Donnie if he read it, and he said he did, which is a freaking lie. And he told Stephanopoulos that, well, you should read it. And George told him I have all of it. And so he immediately, gets out of the freaking car. You shit.
Well, there's a
But as
reason
soon
he
as-
didn't use a woman reporter. They would have
As
made him
soon
look
as he got
stupid.
challenged.
Did you
as
see
soon
the
as-
part where they went to McDonald's?
They went. No, I didn't see that, Sparky. Are you shitting me?
No, Jimmy Kimmel played it last night.
Are you-
Oh, I think that was a
What was
skit.
that?
They used like fake hands to make it look like.
Surely he didn't go to McDonald's.
Well, he said thank you to the hand that handed him a burger, and he looked in the bag.
God damn. Well, shit. I wouldn't doubt it. That's his speed. He'd do
That'd
that in a
been
heartbeat.
funny.
But Jimmy Kimmel's ABC, so maybe he got fell him off the cutting room floor.
Yeah, maybe so. Or Jimmy Kimmel's getting real good at doing skits. I think
Did you
that's
see where he was there asking people who were from a mainly Republican area if they thought Hillary Clinton should be impeached?
oh god. When was
And
this?
all the Republicans said, "Well, yeah, I think she should
Well,
because
sure.
Impeach
Impeach her.
Tell me again, what office does Hillary Clinton hold?
Yeah, that she would be impeached or yeah, they don't to them it's just
And then
lock
they'd
her
ask
up.
him, "Well, why should she be impeached? What
Yeah.
has she done?"
Well, uranium for
Well,
one
the
thing, and
other-
all of her emails. Are you shitting me?
The other amazing thing that got me was that Republican senator that had that town hall meeting a week or so ago, and bagged Trump for his bad behaviour,
Mosh.
and got a standing ovation from Republicans. They interviewed a lady at the end of it, and she said, I only watch conservative TV, and I was not
Yes.
aware that
Yeah.
Donald Trump was a naughty boy.
Yeah, I saw that interview.
No idea.
Nope.
2.5
That's the
years
bubble
later,
of Fox
no
News,
idea.
baby. That's bullshit mountain over there. If you're watching Fox News, you don't know anything. And it makes you look stupid when you're around people that do. And I know people like that. I joke around about one guy all the time because it's so obvious. No, you don't know what's going on because that's all you do is watch Fox and Friends in the morning and Sean Hannity and all that kind of bullshit. Tucker Carlson, are you shitting me? That's where you're getting your information. And it's embarrassing for those people when you get into public and you're getting into a discussion about real article or real information and stuff, real things in life, and they don't know shit about it. They don't know nothing, and that's
Well,
embarrassing.
it comes up to the old, what I say is that if you support Trump, you're either very rich or very stupid. Now, there's no in between. You're one or the other.
You're either
You're
getting a
rich
benefit from it, or you're caught up in ignorance, and you'll believe
Exactly.
anything, because
That's a nice way of saying it.
yeah, you're caught up in the ignorance of it, in the hatred of the left, and what they did for so long, demonizing the left. They demonized Hillary, and along with it, they demonized the left for so long that there's a certain percentage of our population that believe that shit, and that we'll pray for them. That's what we'll all do. We'll pray for them, because I don't. There's some people. Those are the ones I call cockroaches. You're never going to reach a cockroach. They're set in stone, baby.
Right.
They don't care what goes on. Donnie could do anything he wants, and they're still going to support him. And
Yeah, Donnie's their Batman.
Yes.
They all want to be like Donnie, or these particular ones that are, we'll call them not as well informed and maybe a little bit weak-minded and easily led down the garden path, or join cults very easily. They're his supporters, and that's his base. There's not too much to worry about, as long as there's not too many of yous out there that are like them.
Right. No, there's nobody out there like, and who would want to be?
No. No, so really, I mean, just back to this George thing. Trump made George, a competent interviewer, look stupid. He really demeaned that man, and I wonder whether George thinks it was all worth it, interviewing Trump.
I think so, because he got him to say that he would do it again.
Yeah, there was so much that came out of that interview. The biggest being, he'd do it again. He doesn't care that the whole Mueller investigation pointing out the collusion that happened and all the obstruction of justice. All that doesn't matter. He'd do it again in a heartbeat if they give him good information. And I'm trying to. Here it is. I'm going to play a little TV commercial for y'all, because Fox News was brought up. So I'm going to play this, y'all. Y'all just take a good listen. Let me, if I can hit the button here.
Whether you're an Iowa farmer or a Texas school teacher or a California doctor, we know you. We control you. We're Citizens United Airlines.
Oh, no.
At Citizens United.
No. I'm sorry. That's the wrong one.
This is why we plan these kind of.
Hi, from Motel Fox.
Yeah.
The oldest adages are the best, and the one we like to live by here is the classic, there's a sucker born every minute. Now, it turns out the man who said that wasn't actually P.T. Barnum, but nobody remembers that. At Motel Fox, we really don't care who said what, just that there's a sucker born every minute. While you're traveling up and down your cable channels and want a nice, comfortable place to relax and not have your intellect challenged, remember, we have more suckers, that is, viewers, than all the other cable news circuses. And if you'll stop in this week, besides a bearded lady and a fat man, you'll find we'll give you twice the amount of Benghazi, all for no extra charge. So leave your troubles and your ability for critical thought at home and come to Motel Fox. We'll leave the right wing on for you.
And that's an advertisement for Fox News.
God.
I love that guy.
By Rocky Mountain Mike.
Rocky
Since now
Mountain-
I got to worry about copyright strikes. Thanks, Dad.
Not a problem. I'll hook you up, buddy. Yes, Rocky Mountain Mike. That was, again, another one from back in the
I think it's just free advertising for Rocky Mountain Mike.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's more like YouTube algorithms are the ones that take over that stuff. It's not my department or his department. It's
let's hope
automatic
the
algorithms.
And if they don't want to, what are they going to do? They still show it, don't they?
Yeah, but you can get. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, you get in trouble.
So how many you got going to your Blue Dot meeting in the barbecue place?
Well, that depends. Dave, are you coming?
I've
That's
can't
all right.
make it that night.
That's
I'm
all right.
babysitting.
You're
I'm
babysitting.
babysitting.
You're predisposed that weekend. We appreciate
my
the thought.
my kangaroo's sick.
There you go. I got to take care of your kangaroo. I don't know. It looks like to me somewhere. Dennis, do you have an eyeball, or I'm looking at 13 to 20 or something that have shown an interest.
That's this Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, no. This Saturday we're moving a house. No, this is
I thought you said that it was on the 21st.
July.
20th of July.
Oh, July. Oh, okay.
July. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We're giving everybody a plenty of heads up time. Those that are in the area that want to go. For me, it's a little over a 2-hour drive from my house to get up there, but we do have family members coming in, and I don't know if Deborah Gerlach was serious, as she said the other night we was live, that she was going to leave the puppies there so she could drive. Didn't she say that the other night, Velda?
I think she did.
Yeah, I think she said, and I would not put that past her. She'll get in that van and go, baby. That's what she likes to do anyway. But I don't know. I'm hoping it. It doesn't matter who shows up.
She said she'd tie me in her front seat of her van.
I thought that's what she said, and I told my wife. She said, well, she asked me who was it, and I said I think it was Velda that said that Deborah could come by and pick her up. So. Yeah.
Are you going to video some
I
of this?
told her that she could spend the night here.
There you go.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
The reason I can't go is like that is because of Wayne.
Yeah. Oh, it's it. How's he?
Yeah,
doing?
right now he's watching some show from India.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, he's got a doctor's appointment, 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow, one with the cardiologist and one with his doctor.
Oh shit. Got some heart issues going on.
Yeah, he's got bradycardia. His heartbeat isn't staying up where it's supposed to be.
Oh, Lord.
It's dropping.
Well, give Wayne our best, and we hope the best for him.
Yeah, hopefully they can put a pacemaker in him.
Yeah.
To be able to keep it up.
Well, my wife's cousin's husband finally got his heart. The heart is doing well. He had a heart transplant, and then the next day he had a kidney transplant. The heart is doing fine. The kidneys, I understand, they're still having some trouble with. But this, he's been going through this for so long, years and years of this, of waiting for a heart and going through dialysis at the same time. And it's been a lot of strain on his family. But things are looking good. He came out of ICU, and they have him upstairs in a room. So, but they're having.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. But they're still having some trouble with his kidneys working, I guess. But everybody's hoping for the best for him.
I'll send healing blessings.
Yeah, you betcha. He could probably use them. I'll pray for you. My prayers don't, but it's my best wishes, baby. We all, everybody knows that in my family. I'm, not a religious guy, but man, my thoughts are you're in my heart. When I think about you. And that's what we should all do. Keep somebody in your heart. Everybody needs a little something for somebody to think about you.
Mm-hmm.
It helps.
Everyone needs to be loved.
Yeah, except you, Dave.
I don't need love.
You got your kangaroo. We're not worried about
Right.
I got my kangaroo, my koala, and my big snake.
Yes, snake. Now, see there, you had me with kangaroo, you had me with koala, and then there you go. You throw in a snake. What
No, you can't beat the big brown snake.
Uh-oh. Okay. How big is he?
No. No. It's a snake on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope so, Dave. If he's somewhere else, I'd be jumping, baby.
Well, you got one in your White House, man.
Yeah,
so I'd be worried too.
I know it. And it pains me every time you see that man tell the story of the snake, the old woman that took the snake in. And he says, "You knew what I was when you took me in." That's him. That's him telling us, throwing it in our face. You knew who I was when you brought me in. I'm a scumbag, and you took me anyway. And now we're living with what it is. So that's what we have to fix.
He makes America feel like they need him. He thinks America needs him.
No, we don't need this shit. We can get rid of his. That's what he thinks. So you're right, Dave. That's what he puts in his mind. And they were talking it on the radio today, again about him insinuating that maybe 2 terms isn't enough, and serious about that shit. In his mind, he really is. He thinks that's.
He does model himself on he thinks he's as good as FDR, but you know, FDR wasn't such a great guy. He was a great president, and he's he done a lot of good things, especially during the war. But did you know, and I wasn't aware of this, that FDR refused to support the vote that outlawed lynching
That's pitiful.
in the 1930s or the late 30s?
Yeah.
There was some sort of legislation going on in certain states where lynching was
back in
not illegal.
Those days, we still had the Klan marching down the streets of Washington, having rallies.
And
and Donnie's parents were there. That's they were proud of their Klan union, their Klan outfits.
And this Mr. Roosevelt did not support the anti-lynching bill, and that drove a big wedge between him and Mrs. Roosevelt. That's what sent her out doing her own thing, I think, besides him having an affair with Missy. But the bottom line is that Trump seems to think that he's got the best of every president. He can compare himself
Well, he's
to
the
all
best
the
president
great...
in history, according to him. And he spouts, I guarantee you, he said it tonight some way, in some fashion for him tonight down in Florida. He insinuated that he was the best president this country has ever seen, blah, 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 fill in the blanks, whatever accolades you think. I guarantee you he did that tonight.
Yeah.
And
well, that is no one expect anything less from him.
No, we can't. We've come to expect worse from him. Because every time something worse comes along, nobody is surprised. Nobody's surprised that he said that he'd do it again to George Stephanopoulos. Is it treasonous asshole shit coming out of his mouth? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's disgusting. He has no idea between right and wrong. He thinks everything's okay as long as you win. That's Donnie. He doesn't think on his feet too well.
So how dare you challenge?
So the next day he has to come out and backpedal everything.
Yeah. I mean,
next day he comes out and lies.
Yeah.
Well,
of course you should call the FBI.
He's a very honest guy. He said he's a very honest guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a snake, and he told us he was a snake before we let him in. We all knew what he was.
It's like the old story. I think it's an American tale. It's about the scorpion and the frog. I think the scorpion wanted to get across the river, and asked the frog for a lift across the river, and the frog said no, because we'll get halfway across and you'll sting me or whatever. And the scorpion said no, I won't, because I'll die too. But so the frog goes okay, gives the scorpion a lift and gets halfway across. The scorpion stings him, and the frog dies and drowns. And the frog, as he's dying and drowning, says, "See, why'd you do that?" And the scorpion said, "Because I am what I am."
That's it.
And that's Trump.
That's Trump. He doesn't give a shit what actions he takes and what it affects people around the world, in our country or anywhere. Everything that he tweets out, everything that he says, and is interested in has some benefit to Donnie.
And that's what worries me about a war situation, because he gets angry, upset that he thinks that the people don't believe him, or he thinks he's got a bad image. So he goes out and creates this irritation with Iran. He stirred all this up. He started by pulling out the deal, but he's even stirred the pot more. Because he gets angry, he starts a problem. And that's the worry, where his emotional thoughts take over the wellness of the country and starts a war.
Yeah.
And
well, I think we're all worried about that right now, because we're all aware that he is the type that would do it.
Yeah.
And we just sent another 1,000 troops over. Everything okay?
Well, he's the sort of guy that at 3 o'clock in the morning would ring up the generals and say, send a bomb over, or drop a bomb here. Because he's angry at the press. It's a worry, and that's probably in Article 25. I'm mentally unstable for the job.
Yes. I think he just demonstrates that every day. You think somebody would be out there screaming about Article 25, but we have to get our shit together in the House. We have to get the
Pelosi needs to get off the
yes,
stick now.
yes, we need to get impeachment hearings on the way, baby. You know.
Yeah, she's starting to look a bit stale over here. Pelosi's starting to look a little bit like a stick in the mud over here. Like she doesn't know what she wants, and she's too scared to go left or right.
I keep trying to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's trying to hold us back until we get all the information, until the gun is loaded, not to pull the trigger and all that shit. But, you know,
it's loaded. It's loaded.
Yeah, it's
My
loaded.
God,
let's
loaded.
let's put the ball down the barrel, pack it down, and let's go.
And she's trying to get McCann and Mueller in front of the committees. Mm-hmm. She wants a public hearing with these people so that she can get the information and get all the people who are perhaps on the fence to understand why they're going after their beloved president.
Yeah. Well, all those people
That's
on
the
fence,
whole
I
thing.
swear.
She wants to get the public for impeachment solidified.
The public
and
opinion has
following
to
along.
sway, and it keeps on rising. But I'm itching to see more activity in the House. I want to see more push, you know, because they are, you know, Hope Hicks is going into in the Senate tomorrow. I think she's going to go back behind closed. Donnie's already given her immunity. He has thrown immunity over Hope Hicks. Now I don't know how the hell that works. You know, but
well, it doesn't because he can't call executive privilege.
Yeah, it's not
for
executive
everybody
privilege.
in the government.
No, it's not executive
That's
privilege.
influencing a witness.
This is
influencing a witness.
Yes, it is, because if that is allowable, if he's allowed to give her immunity in a Senate hearing, then what he is saying is go ahead on in there. You can lie your ass off and say whatever you want. You're not going to be prosecuted for perjury or anything else. I think that's the angle that Donnie's looking at it, is to give her immunity so she feels comfortable going in there to lie and not to worry about it. But that's not the way it works. I don't know how that's going to hold. I've never heard of this presidential immunity shit. You know, either you're going to give a pardon to somebody who is convicted or is facing charges. Hope Hicks ain't facing anything yet. She's just going in to talk. But it goes to show you again the desperation of this man to not allow not one iota of information to get out to the American. Look what he did when he found out the polls got leaked. He went apeshit. You know, if it was something really serious, like Hope Hicks might know some shit, he's going to go nuts. So he's trying anything he can to reassure her, I guess, that don't worry, if you lie, it'll be just fine. You won't get in trouble. You've got immunity, you know, and that's.
I hope she just spills her freaking guts.
I hope she goes in there and runs her mouth about everything. But
I don't know what Trump has over people, but everyone that you think goes towards Congress or in front of Congress, you swear to God, they know what needs to be told, and you know they're going to say it, but they don't say it. They seem to chicken out. What has he got control of? All these people that you know that should have buried him, that didn't, and could have buried him, but didn't. And in our minds, owed Don nothing, but they don't bury him. And I don't know what he's got over them.
The Republican Party has lost any kind of moral standing in our country at all. To me, they're just they're a waste of people's time now, because they're doing nothing but playing to a single man. They got one man audience for everything they do, and Amash.
But what's this one man got? What's he got? I mean, we all know what he.
Money.
I bet
they must know what he is.
You know,
what is it?
He's probably got dossiers on all of them with something that's really incriminating.
I think so.
Yeah, but
he
couldn't have it on the whole damn
himself.
Congress. This is the lack of morality by the damn Republicans to not stand up against what the rest of us obviously see. A lying ass piece of shit.
Where do you reckon those dossiers came from? I reckon Russia said to Donald, "Here's a shit on all your Republican members. Here's the shit on them. So if they ever try and stab you in the back."
That is believable, because I swear, Lindsey Graham, when he came back from that visit to Russia, was a changed man, baby. He's been throwing Donnie's pom-poms around since.
Yep.
Have you noticed
Yep.
every time he talks, he turns pale?
Yes, he's I have high hopes he's not going to get reelected. Now, I hope that y'all noticed that the other day the Supreme Court struck down Virginia's district.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I did.
that's a big thing. The Supreme Court looked at it and said yes, they were gerrymandered, racially gerrymandered in Virginia, so they're going to redraw the lines, and that is definitely, I believe, going to help the Democrats, and it's going to provide another blue state, baby. Virginia looking good this year because of that.
And Florida's looking good for being blue too.
Yes, yeah, all those polls that Donnie says don't exist all point to Democrats leading him, regardless of who it was. Biden, Bernie is ahead of him. Elizabeth Warren's ahead of him. They're all ahead of him.
Even Mayor Pete's ahead of him.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg is ahead
Hey,
of
look
him.
at this. Pepsi Max just put in the comments on the YouTube. I think Hicks and Trump had a fling.
You have to look and think on Donnie's part. He wishes and hopes and maybe because she's a beautiful looking woman, and she has been with him a long time. So yeah, is there a thing there? I'm sure Donnie's tried or it's under contract. I don't know, but she has been his the fact that Donnie never does emails. Donnie doesn't do anything that connects him to anything. Everything went through her. Everything before he got elected and all this. She's been with him a long time. Everything.
His dad taught him well, didn't he?
Yeah.
His dad taught him well.
That's it. Yeah. Don't put anything on paper. Don't leave a paper trail to you for anything. So everything went to
Set
Hope
other
Hicks.
people up for the fall.
Yeah, she shows it to him what it is, and then he responds to her, and that's it. Then she responds in whatever manner.
But he talks like a mob boss. He turns around and says, I allowed this guy, this House lawyer, I allowed him to testify to Congress. How dare he say I allowed him to? If Congress calls someone up to testify, you go.
Well, that's the way it used to be in this country, Dave. It used to be when Congress sent a subpoena out, that's what happened. You obeyed the subpoena. And those that didn't suffered the consequences. If you look back at Nixon, they tried to defy the subpoenas. That's what turned the damn tide. We have to turn the tide in the House. We need to get the Senate, the House investigations on articles of the inquiry in the public view, because it has to be on TV. It has to become an issue to the American people, and it should be an issue. The whole damn Mueller report is screaming for the American people. Take a look at what happened.
Well, the ABC ran a program. It was on YouTube. It ran for 28 minutes. There was two reporters. I don't know their names, but they sat down and spoke plain English to the public. This is what the Mueller report said, and we're going to go through it bit by bit. And they outlined those 10 cases of obstruction. Right. They are dead set of obstruction. And they outlined why Mueller had come up with the no collusion. The fact that there was collusion, but they are just too stupid to realise, or the value wasn't great enough.
Well, he was held back by the OLC. The Office of Legal Counsel says you can't indict a president. So I think he laid it out pretty clear to Congress. Do your job. Do your job. Just like Jon Stewart had to tell him the other day, do your damn job. It's what we elected you to do.
There's one man would make a good senator, isn't it? Jon Stewart would make a great senator.
Yes, he would. To tell you, I love him anyway, but yes, he probably does, because he's compassionate. He's compassionate. Yes. He believes in this issue, and he's willing.
Genuine.
Yeah,
he's genuine.
He is, and
even though his show was a comedy show.
Yeah.
When he was running,
it wasn't just comedy.
He got more news through him.
Yep.
True news than any other station.
I agree. I used to stay up every night just to watch him, and get a good laugh, but also learn a little something every time I watched him, and when he's paused to do a commentary on a specific subject, baby, he did it good, You know,
Yes,
and he
he
did
did.
it in plain language to where we could all understand, and that's what he's doing right now with Mitch McConnell in Congress. He's putting it out there in plain language. Do your job. Do this. It's a standalone bill, and that's, you know, we can get into that
And those
discussion.
are hard to find.
Yes, yes, it's hard to find something that both the Republicans and Democrats get together behind and all support. And it's held up because one asshole, Mitch McConnell, he is going to hold it off and attach something to it because he knows it's a unanimous vote for it, so they're going to attach some kind of bullshit to it. And that's the tragedy of our system. That's the tragedy of why crap happens in this country, is because some congressman or some senator attaches a bunch of bullshit onto a good bill that everybody wants. And that's the story of our politics, baby. Politics. Poly, from the Greek word of many. Ticks, meaning blood-sucking parasites. And that's what politics is, baby. But, you know, that's what we've got. And that's what we have to fix. That's what all of us are in this for. That's why we're all in this conversation right now. That's why we're all on Facebook or Twitter or other social medias, because we're tired of this shit. We're tired of it on a daily basis. It's all that consumes our news and our lives is this bullshit.
No other president in history has ever sparked this much
outrage,
condemnation towards the White House ever.
No. You know, he's right. He's the biggest in history, the biggest con, the biggest liar, the biggest cheat, the biggest thief that this country has ever seen. And he continues to do it every day. Him and his family, they're like cockroaches that infested our government, and they're shitting all over everything. And yeah, Steve says a lot. McConnell is a fucking vampire and should be treated as such. You drive a stake through his heart. It's the only way you're going to get rid of him. He is.
He's an awful man. He's just an awful man.
He's terrible for this country. You know, the American flag shouldn't even be around him. I'm surprised it doesn't burst into flames, because he is a partisan hack, and he has been ever since he took the Senate. He's been leader of the Senate. He was a jerk before then, but then he got the ultimate power, and Mitch McConnell does do that. He holds ultimate power on all the freaking bills that the House has passed. It doesn't matter about what. Mitch McConnell's sitting on them, and they'll go when Mitch says they'll go. And that's
he's got too much power.
You bet he does.
He's got as much power as a president over policies, because he can just stop them from going past his desk.
He is in my book forgotten what the whole process of America is, what this country is about. To him and people like him, it's all about a deal. And we were joking this evening, because on the news tonight was another story of a record, I don't know how many tons of cocaine they found on a ship. Anybody else see that this evening?
16 tons.
16 tons, I think. Yeah, 16 tons of cocaine on a ship. And my first question to my wife was, I wonder who owns that ship, because that's how come
Cocaine Mitch.
Cocaine Mitch, you know, Mitch's wife's daddy owns a shipping company, the largest shipping company. As a matter of fact, I have the name Foremost written down here somewhere. Foremost Corporation. They build the ships. They control a major market of shipping anywhere in the world. And one of this guy's ships, owned by the Chow family, Elaine Chow's daddy, Mitch McConnell's wife, transportation secretary. See, it all just fits right in there real good. But the first question I had on that bus tonight was, I wonder if that's Elizabeth Chow's daddy's boat again, one of his ships again.
Love to know that too. Can we find out somehow?
Yeah. Oh, they'll find out if that ship is registered to his company. And I'll try to remember to try to check it out, because that is the first thing that popped in my mind. Well, is that Elizabeth Chow's daddy's ship again?
That boat that got popped with the supposed mines in Iran, right? Let me tell you, I had a close look at that damage to that hull on that boat, and that did not look like mine damage.
It looked more like a projectile damage. I saw the
yes,
caving in.
Because if you look at the scatter where the the projectiles entered.
Yeah.
When you have an explosion of a mine, there is scatter over a large surface area. This scatters only over a small area, concentrated like, yes, it was shot like a a shoulder-armed bloody rocket launcher.
Yeah, like an RPG.
And I don't think Iran's got anything to do with that at all.
Well, it's pitiful that in this country that we have reason to doubt the stories. We've been down this road before. We know who the players are over here. John Bolton, Pompeo, they've got an itch for Iran, and they've always had it. Donnie's got an itch for Iran. You know, there's just too much, energy being driven against Iran. And so, yeah, this is a big thing. And do I put it past Donnie to go to a war to get the news off the cycle off of him and turn him into some war hero bullshit that he runs a movie?
Of course he will.
Yes, he would.
The two countries that are really pushing him behind the scenes are Saudi Arabia and Israel.
Yes.
Over here, we're hearing Iran, and that we're seeing on the news that Iran has said two major important things. One, we do not want, and we are not trying to start a war. Why would they start a war with a country like America? Number two, we have got nuclear stockpiles at the moment because of your stupid America pulling out, and what they're doing now, they're supposed to unload this whatever they've got. They're getting too much stockpiled, and they're asking the European Union for help. So they're looking to solve the problem.
The European Union stayed in the agreement, the nuclear agreement. It was Donnie that just came in, kicking over garbage cans and screaming and pouting and all that, because it had Obama's name on it. So he wanted it killed, just like everything else. And look where it's taken us. You know, it's this thing with Iran is something that every one of us should be concerned about. You know, because
today I heard that the troop of 1,000 men were supposed to be going over there to help bring them back to the tables.
Yeah, they're sending over another 1,000 troops over there for defensive reasons. They're saying for protection.
You don't negotiate with a bigger hammer.
That's it. Yeah, that you're not negotiating with a bigger hammer. No, like I always say, baby, you want to look where the concentration is. Just look at the bases, the American bases, and where they are over there. You're going to find a hell of a lot of them in Afghanistan. We got them in Turkey. We got them in Iraq. We got them in the Persian Gulf. Baby, we got Iran surrounded. That's our interest right there. That's where the focus is. That's what scares the shit out of me. And it does, because although the Iranian government is very provocative and anti-American, most Iranians that I ever met, they liked America right up until the time of the revolutionary thing where when Carter was in and they took the hostages and threw out the Shah. But that was a result really of our meddling in that country prior to that time. And and they rose up and threw our ass out, and we don't like that shit and haven't liked it ever since. But I was in a time before that happened when I remembered what, and I always say it too, because we have a whole lot more in common with the people of Iran than we do with the people of Saudi Arabia. In just in the way we live and the way we do things, our social life and everything is more in step with what Iran people do than what Saudi Arabian people do. But then I'm not privy to all of the world's problems and all the world's issues. But the best way
I had a question for you, John.
What's that? What you got?
I'm gonna send you some sunshine and rainbows for a second.
Sunshine and rainbows. I want to see unicorns farting rainbows, buddy. What do you got?
So, what happens if Trump loses and McConnell's out and Lindsey Graham's out?
I'm going to be dancing in the street.
Party!
That's what it is, baby. We're going to have a hell of a big
Besides cutting
party.
your beard, are we going to become a social club?
Yeah, we'll become a social club. Well, we have work to do, baby. And all those are gone, then the work begins. And the people that get elected to replace these people, we have to hold their nose to the grindstone. We have to make them do the things that we want.
We have to call them.
We want a progressive nation. We want all this stuff. That needs to be pushed for. by us, and our politicians and our lawmakers can't forget for a minute who they work for. That's the biggest thing that we have to do this election, is to remind those people who they work for, because we saw it in Ocasio-Cortez. She took down a Democrat, baby. Some of these people took down Democrats that had been in power for a while, and they got voted out and replaced by a more progressive Democrat. You know, they better pay mind to that. Because,
and the DNC better watch out, because they're going to dig themselves their own grave.
Yeah. Well, you know, the DNC needs to leave this up to the people. There better not be any kind of manipulation of who the candidate should be. That decision that is left up to us, baby. And
right.
So that can't be tinkered with. And Travis is giving me the old sign that it's time to wrap it up, I reckon. So, man, these always go so quick.
They do.
Well, you was gone for
I was
half
gone
of it.
for about half of it, yeah.
I was out partying around and shit.
Oh, yeah. Going out partying. Nothing like going out and getting bottled water. That is such a party.
Is that what y'all want? Bottled water?
Because we were out. Otherwise, we wouldn't have coffee in the morning.
No. That's right. You had to go get water. Oh, I thought you meant bottled water, just little bottles.
No.
No, you had to go get the big bottles for it. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
No, I was just out partying.
I get it delivered.
Do you? Yeah, I ain't that rich.
How come you don't have your own well?
I do. I'm just not
Is it
drinking
polluted?
that shit. No. Well, it's not polluted. It's got a high lime content. You know, it doesn't take long for a shower head of mine to get that white lime all over it. Yeah, I don't want kidney stones. We don't drink it or cook with it. You know, my iced tea is made with we haul water in. You know, but for everything else, for a shower, for the commodes, for the sink, for everything in the kitchen, you know, washing dishes, it's fine. I don't want that coffee I don't want that water in my coffee. I don't want it in my tea, because I don't want kidney stones.
I got 15 gallons of good water delivered to the front door today.
Is that right? Yeah, we
Mount Shasta spring water.
No shit.
Purest water in the country.
All right.
I go down to the windmill or the water station down there, and you know, put my $1.50 in, and 5 gallons of water. And every time I do, I always think to myself, you're buying water. Did you ever think there was a day where you thought you had to buy water? You know, ask that to people.
You buy water
ask that to the people in Flint, Michigan.
Well,
you know,
exactly.
You know, it's a different world we live in. Now I have a water well, but I'd have to buy one of those.
If Trump loses, and if it all becomes Democrat, there's still a reason to keep this show going, because people like Trump, Michigan, those people in Flint will still be there and will need to be spoken about.
Yeah,
will need to be kept in our minds.
Yeah, and there's more than just one Flint. That shit's
Exactly.
happening. You know, it's all of it's on the line, from climate change to our infrastructure. Everything is on the line. If we want a better America, if we want a better world, then it's us that has to work for it. We have to get out and put in the elbow grease. We have to get out and vote. We have to get out and use our voice. Protest when it's...
And stay connected.
Yes, and stay connected. That's a big thing of this Blue Dot family, baby. And it grows all the time, and I want to be so thankful for that. We're thankful for all those that donate through our Patreon page and through PayPal and other ways. We appreciate it so much, and it keeps us going, pays the bills and all that kind of stuff. So we want to thank everybody for that. And I want to thank all y'all on the Discord here for showing up, and all those people out there. It is your time is the most expensive thing that you can give to us, and we appreciate every minute that you do. And but stay active, stay informed, and be part of the ink that writes the story. That's the best thing we could all do. And on that note, I'll say goodnight to everybody out on Facebook and YouTube and on Periscope. And those in the Discord channel, we'll hang on and we'll talk for a few more minutes before we go. But y'all have a good night. Love every one of y'all for tuning in, being a part of this. And as Bill Jones says, good night, Blue Dots, baby. And we'll see y'all later.